inside the 10, all the way back at the 7.
One guarantee I can absolutely make is that all week in preparation, the coach kept telling his team, we're on the road, don't do anything to bring the crowd into it. And that's exactly what they just did. A bad return, and now the home team crowd, they are fired up.
They start the drive with Cook. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. This defense for the Steelers, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Moore, the man in motion. Allen going to throw. That pass complete to Moore. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. We'll get a couple, and that's it.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Throw left side complete. That's Rice. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
First down. First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Pacheco. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. The Steelers at 7-4 on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Now Rodgers. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And he's going to have a gain of 11 to the 11 before he's brought down. First and 10.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Rodgers tapping this forward on the jet sweep. A great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Throwing is Rodgers. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Gregory Rousseau able to record his 5th sack of the season. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So Great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Boy, that's 3 points you really expect to have. That's nothing more than a lack of concentration to me because an NFL kicker should make this kick in his sleep.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing the throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Allen. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bills are on the board first here this afternoon. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call. But he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Rodgers now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. You look at this Buffalo defense, and they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And again, it's Rodgers. That is caught. And he is out of bounds downs, but not before he's inside the 30. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
They love to try to take advantage of his height, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them try to run it back and try it again, maybe with a little less mustard on the throw.
2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
319, back north. Back north.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And this is going to depend on his spot, but I believe he might be a few inches short. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And no field goal try here from the red zone. Offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Rodgers with a keeper. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it and tries the left side. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Yellow. 40. Ready?
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Taken down back at the 20-yard line.
Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
319.
Now this time Rodgers will throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
319. 319.
Pacheco will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Bryce Young keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Steelers are an extra point away from drawing level. And maybe the defense caught a little by surprise there that he took off and got in.
Yeah, I would think so, because if you're analyzing it from that side of the ball, you're thinking running back, fullback. Takes you a while before you get to the quarterback.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some marksmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That's taken in. It's Keon Coleman. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that'll make it second down. To throw, it's Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you should have a few men in the box there.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Giving the ball is Cook, right left. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. Bad news, they didn't get it on 2nd down. The good news is they still only need about 3 or 4 inches here on 3rd.
And the good play callers have looked at both situations. They thought to themselves, okay, this call, I pick up the 1st down, already ready with that call. If I don't, this is what we'll come back with in order to pick it up.
It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn them yet another 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. Allen now looks to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 1st half. All knotted up at 7. this is complete to Moore on the comebacker. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Allen to throw once more. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. I like it when I go a little bit lyrical for you.
A quick throw here out to Brown. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line.
13 yards on the play. And the Steelers.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Brings up 7.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They're trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
Ready,
Looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
ready, blue striker. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Bryce Young with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Steelers will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Escapes the defender. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And within trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. Allen going to run with it. Now the ball comes loose. And this ball recovered by the offense, but remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Second and short now following the fumble. Now Allen. He'll air this one toward Coleman. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And the Steelers will take over possession here up at the 44. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break.
And a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And they had just picked it off to get the football. They fumble it right back. I looked over to both both sidelines. A lot of scrambling to find the helmets.
Yeah, you can almost, you know both sides are screaming sudden change. Because when sudden change happens, that's a defensive call to get back out on the field. There's been a fumble, so an interception, some type of a turnover. You've got to get back out there and play. These guys just want to get to the bench and gather themselves and regroup a little bit. Let's see if these offenses can settle in and start taking care of the ball a little bit better.
Allen going to run with it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
A 1-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities. And I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Pacheco gets it again on second down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
To throw, it's Rodgers. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line.
And the Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Strike. Check striker. Down. Hut, hut.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it first and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Ready?
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steelers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer, because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome a little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Throwing now is Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ball game. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
That's to Cook out of the backfield. Shifts by at the 15. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's first and goal. Allen off the play fake. On the RPO, will keep it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And the Steelers are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Well, the field goal is probably not going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down. They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. 53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on first and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Rodgers. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Checks this down to Hubbard. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
They're a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. To throw is Rodgers. To the right side and intercepted. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Allen. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
Allen going to run with it. Man, it's caught inside the 10. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That's good for 28 yards.
First down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
It'll be first and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's Allen to throw it. Over the middle, complete. That's caught. A gain of 7 that time. Second and goal.
To number 4, James Cook. A gain of 7. Brings up second.
Now Allen going to change it up.
Steelers 2-yard line.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. And it's caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's third and goal.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. Third and goal. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to go down just outside the 5, right around the 6-yard line. He loses a full 5 yards there on the sack, and it also brings up fourth down. Fourth and goal. Now Allen, gotta have this one. And my goodness, another interception. And the Steelers are going to get the ball back on the turnover. They hold on fourth and goal. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it first and 10 now out past the 20.
Hey, check 26.
Now again, it's Hubbard going left. Across midfield. He's on his way. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chuba Hubbard, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Bill 7. Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a fourth straight loss.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
To the air, Allen. That is caught. Kincaid with it. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
Boy, a pair of big plays here. This one going for 29.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them.
A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Allen going to throw. And this is caught for the Bills touchdown.
Khalil Shakir.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bills have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point by Bass, up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Bills 14. Tyler Bass to kick off for Buffalo.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
A gain of 3, second down.
Here's Pacheco on the read option.
And he'll be brought down just shy of 45.
79 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Let's go now. Yellow, 22. Black shot. Strike. Strike. Ready?
Now Young.
That's complete to his tight end fire move.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Down. Smash. Smash. Hey, hey, blue. Hut.
And he slides to avoid the hit. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense. with 1:53 left. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11.
158.
Rodgers looking to throw. Room to maneuver at the 35. And down to the 19-yard line. The catch and run good for 24 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
158.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They'll run out again. It's Hubbard.
Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Isaiah Pacheco.
An 8-yard touchdown run.
And the Steelers have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Chris Boswell to kick off for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here's Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
1st down, Buffalo.
Allen. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack. Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen.
Shakir hauls it in.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the 2nd half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just